first of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming here tonight, especially Mary and Queenie here. And these have done all that lovely Mountmellick work that we used to always call Mountmellick lace. I've now been told it isn't. It's work. It's embroidery. Very difficult stuff to do and absolutely fantastic. Well done, girls. You're super. And then I will just introduce you all to, and you all know who it is, Siobhan Ambrose, who is the Heirlooms of the County Council in Tipperary County Council. And of course we have our new manager, which is brilliant. And that's we will ask, Tom might say a few words later if the ladies don't feel like talking. But without further ado, go ahead and finish.
Great, thanks very much. Well, is morning or dom mark here at Conte Vention Turnona Conan Tashbonta Shaw Oscar. Delighted to be here today as chairperson of Tipperary County Council to open this beautiful and very unique exhibition. And it's lovely as well that it's two sisters, which is again very special. And tonight is a first. It's a first for the ladies, the first exhibition here in Tipperary Arts Centre, and I think in general. And indeed, it's also Kenna's first exhibition as the new manager. So we welcome her. We're lovely to have you on board. And you big boots to fill here. But I no doubt she's a good. She has herself and Dolores as well have done great work. We welcome you to the team at Kenna. It's great to have you on board. And ladies, very exciting, your first exhibition. And I came in earlier to have a look. And I can't say I'm new to the whole idea of it because my mother for years did Carrick Cross lace. So and we have a crest of arms of Clonmel crest at home. So I know how long it takes as well and how tedious it is. But just I suppose for the many people who are here, I want to welcome Tom and the other family members. And I can see that there's a lot of talent in the family listening to Tom and Clodagh earlier. And it's lovely as well to have that as well. It's great to have the next generation here as well to share this with you here tonight. And of course at the moment I believe one is living in Offaly and the other is Kenny, but they are County Leishman. And we are talking about Mountmellick, and I have great friends in the Horns in Mountmellick as well. And it's great to have you here in Tipperary here tonight. And of course Mountmellick lace, I was reading back that in the 1970s the love of lace began with you, and that is carried through to today under, I see the sister there, Sister Teresa Margaret, and then latterly it was continued then by Sister Convana. So it's nice as well that you've kept it going. But it's just, I suppose it is really one of those, and I think it's very apt tonight that the opening of it, the launch of it is called Heirlooms. Because it's funny, I was popped in to see my parents this afternoon. I said, I'm opening an exhibition. And she said, oh, on what? And I was saying, telling them about Mountmellick lace. And she said, oh, lace, she said, that's a great heirloom. And I said, well, you won't believe it. That is the name of it. I think she'll be waiting some time now for me to take up the mantle, but sure, that's for another day. But certainly tonight, I think earlier we were discussing it, and even here you see the bedspread, that took 5 years to make. So it just shows as well that when you're talking about something like this, it is very, very unique art. And I think, when I was coming down the card tonight, I was even thinking of these kind of forms, like calligraphy is another one, that they are kind of, you don't hear of them as much anymore. And it's very important that they are kept, that tradition is kept alive and it is carried on through the generations. And, as I said, 5 years, I'm sure there's many a time you felt like throwing it down. But just looking around, the different things, the beautiful table mats as well, it's absolutely beautiful. And the hours of work that went into that. And, oftentimes people don't see that. When you see here the exhibition as well, the gloves and that, people don't realise how many hours go into producing this to bring it to fruition. And of course, it's quite unique, all the different laces. In Clonmel here, we had a lace as well, and down in Morton Street, the Sister Charities had a lace school, and it's over there and it depicts it there, their Clonmel Lace School beside Robbie there, and just the history of that and how it went to America. And it went to some of the first houses, they say, in England, so it must have been good, you know, that was the reading between the lines. And of course Mountmellick Lace going to as far as Australia. But when you think of it, all of these were established mainly by the religious. We have a huge amount to thank them for too, because really they were women before their time. They were great businesswomen, because certainly, you know, with very primitive tools to come up with this, and to think that it went so wide. I mean, now today we have everything, social media with everything, but back then with very primitive tools, how far it went, things like lace and things like that. So marvellous when you put it in the context of today and the very primitive times and resources that were available to them at that particular time. But of course they all had their speciality. Mountmellick, of course, embroidery was no different. And I read, I think it's a cotton satin jean, isn't that it? And also the cotton thread, and that was unique to Mountmellick lace, and all the laces have their own uniqueness. So it's a wonderful celebration as well of your own county, which is something that all of us will be very proud of, and indeed it's something that we should never forget, our own heritage. So it's my great honour to be here tonight, ladies, and I'm thrilled. It's lovely, two sisters, Manona here, and flying the flag, and it's lovely to have your family here, but I'm sure they're exceptionally proud of you to see the work, and I hope it's carried on the traditions, and I wish you continued good luck and many years of happy embroidering, and with that I'm delighted to officially open the Heirlooms exhibition here tonight. Very
That's wonderful. We might ask our new manager to say a few words. Because she's my manager and she's thrown into this now too.
Yes, well, I started on Tuesday morning, and the first thing that Maureen informed me was that, oh, on Thursday we have an opening. And it's a lovely use of the space, and you know, I think everybody here has commented about how the way that the work has been presented has made, I think, maybe even the makers look at it in a slightly different way. And all credit for that is to Maureen and Michael, who are in charge of what you're looking at here. I can't claim credit for any of it, and Darren as well. Yeah. And hopefully it's very interesting, it's beautiful, it's also very informative. So I'm very pleased that this is the exhibition that I'm starting out with. And thank you all very much for coming down tonight.
We'll just ask Tom to say a few words then on behalf of your mum and your auntie. Short and sweet, Tom.
Very, very short and very, very sweet.
free reading.
Thank you. My mum and my aunt were told that this was happening by virtue of a conversation that I'd had with Maureen. And I don't want to let the moment pass without acknowledging the sterling work that Maureen has done for the Arts Centre here over many, many years in a voluntary capacity. And she was telling me about the programme of exhibitions for the next number of months, and said there was a gap. And I said, I know two ladies who have a lifetime of work. Now the lifetime was 21 years and a couple of hundred months, but you know, that's about. But for me, this Mountmellick work is a lifetime of frustrated television viewing. My mother was sitting in the corner, and every 5 minutes, what happened? And I would then miss the next 5 minutes explaining.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. So, you know, this level of commitment to craft and dedication to a remarkable art form has, you know, that kind of a price, I'm afraid. But it's one that I'm very, very pleased to be able to carry. Finally, on behalf of Mum and Queen, thank you very, very much to everyone who has expressed interest and admiration of the work. And I think, like many women, of their generation with those skills, they perhaps needed reminding of this craft that they have, that they hold, and the heirlooms that they are creating. So, on behalf of Mum, thank you very much for coming.
That's really about it, but thank you for coming again, and I hope you enjoy the way we've done the exhibition. It's just different, and I think Michael's going to have great fun, probably Darna, maybe yourself, Kenna, trying to repaint those walls white again for the next exhibition. I'd say there'll be about 10 coats anyway, but do tell your friends to come in. Funnily enough, we've had quite a number of men who've come in and they go, oh my God. Because they expected an exhibition to be on the walls or sculptures or something. So they were actually quite surprised at the bedroom and the parlour, by the way. It's not a cinema, it's a parlour. And I know it's all different eras, but thank you to all the people who gave us props for that, especially Larry O'Keefe. I mean, he really pulled out the stops, anything we wanted, and then the rest of us just brought in mix and match stuff that we had. But it's certainly well worth coming down to look at, and to look at the lace and the way we place. I just hope we placed it properly. And we have some extra stuff which is actually cool, just to show other types of lace. There's Limerick lace there, and the future Queen of England. No, she won't be the Queen, will she? But anyway, William's wife, she has her gown was made of Limerick lace, which was the first commercial lace in Ireland, very first commercial lace. There are other ones there as well, and then some of the people here have made stuff. I see Dolores and Leslie, etc., and there are more who have made stuff. This wall here we've actually dedicated really to Clonmel and the Quaker Association, because Mountmellick actually was founded by the Quakers. So there is an association there. So anything we could find on Clonmel was shoved on there. Okay, again, that's about all I have to say about that, but I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to sign in on the way out, because it will be nice to give you copies of everything that's signed for your CVs. Okay.
I would like to say thank you very much for the food and the hospitality. Thank you very much.
Especially having to come to Tipperary.